Aloha team, this is Brendan, and this video is basically just to be able to remind and invite everyone to be able to tune in for a very special live broadcast that we are doing tonight, which is actually going to be within the format of a conscious open mic. So this is going to be another team building hangout that we do through Paradigm Shift. And for those of you who aren't familiar, we do these on a regular basis. They're about creating sacred digital space to be able to come together as a community to continue to practice expressing ourselves, developing our artistic and leadership abilities as we continue to do what we can to help shift consciousness. So this broadcast tonight is at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the video, and you can go right to live.paradigmshiftcentral.com. You can create your profile to be able to join the broadcast directly. And so this is a call, this is an invitation to be able to let people know that they can add their voice, that they can practice holding the talking stick tonight and co-creating the episode for tonight's very special conscious open mic. So all you gotta do is make sure you create a profile on the main website, and you'll get an email from me with the link to join once we are closer to the broadcast. But other than that, you can always watch it live on YouTube. And again, that website, that link is also through the link in this video. So with that said, I just kind of want to be able to warm myself up to be able to practice a little bit going into it. And just on a side note, just being real and honest with you guys, we're all human. We're all going through things. I'm going through some pretty real things right now, but again, it's also being able to see the reality and the realness of those things, that it's another opportunity for me to open my heart in very powerful ways, because so much is learned from the lows as well as the highs, but we really do grow a lot more from what we experience with the quote-unquote lows. So this is about me being able to persevere, me being able to activate that warrior spirit, despite the fact that oh, believe me, I'm hurting, it's gonna be a thing, it just takes time and stuff, it happens when you care about things. It's quite normal, it's quite human. But for me, I know that it's important to be able to come together as a community, because I know that there's a bigger story that is happening, and I know I'm not the only one who is going through this thing that we call life. So if you're feeling blue, if you're feeling like you just need to hang out with some friends, then we are here for you, and please feel free to join in. You're welcome to join in for tonight's very special Paradigm Shift Central team building circle / conscious open mic. So bring your music, bring your poetry, bring your stories, bring your voice, bring any message that you want to share, whatever you would like to share on this open mic. It's a chance for you to practice. It's a chance for you to practice hearing yourself, to level yourself up, and for us as a community to be able to listen to you, and for you to be heard, and for us to continue to grow and heal and learn and spread our wings together. So, there's a lot more I could talk about in terms of all the things that are just been processing and everything for me, but it's all good. And I think that's the important thing, is that as we get older, we get wiser, and it's about being able to respect yourself, respect those that you care about, and really being able to intentionally show up in as best way as you can. So, it's that subtle difference between my mom said this to me yesterday, because I was talking to her a lot about things. It's that difference between acting how you want versus acting how you should. There has to be kind of a context for that. But feel all the feels you need to, and then just know that, and I posted this morning, that the hurt is there because it's making you stronger. It hurts because you are becoming, what was the exact thing I said? Let me just make sure I'm quoting myself properly. It hurts, what did I say? Because there was a quote from my friend Jesse, who I was talking to, from the Journey to Lucidity movies and stuff. Remember, it hurts because you are growing. Intentionally breathe it in as you allow yourself to transform into something better. So if you're feeling hurt, believe me, it's our natural instinct to just kind of sit and clench our body and stuff like that. Believe me, I'm feeling it too, believe me. But at the same time, if you can feel that hurt, not push it away, breathe into it, integrate it, it becomes like an energetic process. And when you do that, you will find that you'll be able to move through things with more grace. So from my wisdom over the years, and I'm gonna jam in a second. From my wisdom over the years, you know, what I've noticed is that, like, having gone through similar things in the past, similar heartbreaks and things like that, and all that good stuff, you know, it's heartbreaking, it's heart opening in its own way. It shows you how to love in many different ways. But I know from myself, like, a past version of myself would have been like stuck in that like sad puppy mode for, could have been weeks, could have been, you know, like months. Whereas like now for myself, because I feel like I've matured, because I feel like I've matured in my ability to love myself, love others, and like being able to like learn what love is in terms of like letting go and everything like that, and letting go is like a process. Like that's another thing too, is that we really want to be gentle with ourselves and understand that, like, you know, we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna embarrass ourselves, we're gonna do things, we're gonna learn, but letting go is a process. You know, it's like the flower just slowly kind of opening. So understand that, like, your letting go can take whatever process it needs to. It can take as long as it needs to. And so, I mean, I feel for myself, because of the wisdom that I've gained over the years through like emotional wisdom, it's really allowed me to just process things in a much more accelerated rate, which in turn allows me to continue to keep my focus on what I need to keep my focus on right now. And for myself, like, that's why, believe me guys, like, I'm feeling myself getting emotional because I'm just kind of thinking about what it means to me to be talking to you guys right now. It means a lot for me to know that we have this connection right here, me and you, us as community, that we have this connection, and that's something that's shared. And, you know, because it's natural for us to just kind of like want to crawl into a hole and die sometimes, but when we can talk amongst each other, when we can talk as community without trying to run away from anything, that's really powerful. We help each other in that way, and we help each other accelerate. So, you know, like, I know that, like, whatever I'm going through is very probably synchronistically tied in with what a lot of us could be going through right now. Like, my reality is not isolated to my own, like, and there's also some like pretty interesting energies going on right now in terms of like Mercury retrograde and solar storm, and then there's like high intense emotions and stuff like that, and whether you subscribe to that or not, it's okay. But, you know, again, I'm really grateful to be able to have you guys here as friends within this community, and that's why, again, you know, it's important to be able to do things such as the team building circle tonight. It'll be good for me, and it'll be good for you, especially if you're feeling like you just kind of are looking for a little bit of that company. So let us create that company together. So with that said, I'm just gonna jam just for a couple minutes. This is just kind of like practice. And like, even like, believe me, like, even playing this guitar right now, like this Merlin, it's interesting because like a part of me is like, I don't want to pick it up because it has like an emotional attachment to it. It has like an emotional significance to it. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, I know that the most important thing for me to do right now is to pick it up, and is to play it, and is to like feel the feels, but in a way that is just like focusing on the path moving forward. So like, you don't have to dwell in the past. Like, you don't, this is like, you don't have to, what did I tell myself the other day? Like, it's not like you don't have to care. You can still care, but without having to worry, in a sense, without having to dwell. Dwell as much as you need to, but, you know, you don't have to stay there. There's a lot of other things for us, there's a lot of other things that are deserving of our attention right now. And especially if we can put that into our art, that's really important. So, I mean, believe me, like, the most important thing I can do right now is to walk the harder path. And in some ways, the harder path for me is to, like, pick up this Merlin guitar. Because, like, yeah, like, for me, like, picking this up, it's just, like, instantly brings back memories to what associates with, like, me feeling how I'm feeling right now. And just be like, oh, no, that's the past and stuff. But it's, like, regardless, you know, like, everything happens for us. And it's really just about being able to trust, so... Anyways, this wasn't really why I was making this video, but it's part of my own catharsis, just being able to talk about it, and being able to talk about it in, like, in a way that's still, like, respectful and mature of, like, everyone involved, and keeping that as my intention while communicating with you guys, because I know that there's messages in this that are for all of us to be able to hear. So as my heart opens, as my heart breaks, as the light shines through the cracks, as again, you know, when we say our heart breaks, like that's such a devastating thing to think about. It's like, no, it's like, it's more like it's cracking open. It's expanding in that sense. So I mean, it's not like it's crumbling into nothing. Like, no, it's actually opening more. So if we can see it in that way, then we can really breathe in the medicine of whatever experience is coming to us in this moment. And just really being able to trust that, you know, like, respect people's choices, respect people's decisions. You want them to make the choices that are right for them. Hold a deep sense of compassion, love, and understanding and respect for yourself and others. Focus on yourself. Use it as a chance to, like, be aware if your mind is wandering. Be aware if you're dwelling. Don't deceive yourself. Be aware if you're deceiving yourself in terms of, like, just looping yourself into, you know, kind of like feeding into the dwelling aspect. So sit with it as long as you need to. Feel the feels. Like, I'm not telling you not to feel. Like, it's important to feel. And it hurts because you care. You know, that's important to remember. So just being able to forgive yourself is very important. So you're human, and you came here to experience what it means to be human. So this is a part of it. This is all a part of it. So all right, let's just jam for a second. Please feel free to leave any comments down below. I'm seeing people leave comments, so just shout out to everyone. Shout out to Caitlin, shout out to Anna, shout out to everyone who's been leaving comments. I love you guys, and again, you know, we're all growing together. We really are. So again, tune in tonight or live or afterwards for the open mic. This is an invitation to help co-create it. If you have some poetry you want to read, be it poetry you want to write, between now and tonight, try writing some poetry if you want. Create like a song that you want to share, create a message that you want to share. Like, the poetry might not even be poetry. It could just be a stream of thought, you know? So just kind of listen to yourself and know that that invitation's there, and you're totally welcome just to, like, come and enjoy and help co-create. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we do tonight. So, and yes, I'm in London, Ontario. Just Tanya Lee was asking. So, but again, like the open mic is online. It's online, so you can tune in from anywhere. All right. Stronger than you know on this path we call life. Don't you worry about the feeling of the strife, but feel all the feels that you need to feel, because that is the thing that makes it real. Your heart doesn't break, it just keeps opening, like the flower, like the lotus. All you have to do is truly know this, because you've already been through this. Because anything that the life gives you is what you need. It's only here to take you to infinity. Nothing lasts forever, so appreciate the moment. Promise yourself that you will truly own it. Because the past is the past and the future is unknown, but trust in the process and remember how to let go. Is letting go is one of the most beautiful ways to love. Because trust in the below as is the above. And you can prove it to yourself with each obstacle that comes your way, that you are more stronger each and every day, because your heart keeps on opening as your soul keeps on growing, and as you keep on knowing that you just keep on flowing. because your story is not just your own, it's the one we've created that will truly help us grow. So as I open my heart, as I open my eyes, I invite you to hold my hand as we look towards the skies, because there are horizons of this dawn that continue to rise with each day and continue to remind us that, hey, it's all just play. So feel all the feels that you need to feel, because that's the most important thing that is real. Breathe it in as you continue to grow. This is your alchemy, so that you know how strong you truly are by coming over this, by being able to see through the abyss. There is a light at the end of every tunnel, and that is the truth. So don't pop your bubble, because I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you through and through. Cool. Hey, I just did a thing. Yay. Everybody clap hands and stuff. So again, like that's just me improvising. That's why it probably didn't sound too perfect, but it's all perfect, man. So, okay. All right, guys. I got some more stuff I'm going to work on today. Side note and things. Keep an eye open for the Wrinkle in Time movie review if you haven't seen it yet. I tried posting it to YouTube, but it got blocked because of the content in it, because it contains clips from the movie. But I'm working on re-uploading it to the Facebook page, so if you haven't seen that yet, just keep an eye open for that. As always, you can check out more at live.paradigmshiftcentral.com. Subscribe to my YouTube at youtube.com/SkullBabylon. And of course, you can always support myself and the team on Patreon as a monthly micro contributor, and in return get your Light Guardian Crystal with your Shifter Booster Kit and help support the ongoing evolution. And again, that's a monthly micro donation of $3 to $5. So if you're just like, damn, Brendan, I like you, cut of your jib, and I want to support you in doing all the things because it inspires me, and I want other people to know that inspiration too. And you can do that. So support on the team Patreon. Connect with the team through the main website, create your profile, join in for tonight's broadcast, listen to it afterwards, look up Paradigm Shift Radio on iTunes, explore more on the website, and yeah, message me if you got any questions. So feel those feels, they're real. So okay, guys, I love you a lot. Thank you again for holding this space with me, and yeah, looking forward to tonight. So sweet. All right. Let's do this. Keep on breathing. The breath will carry you through anything. So breathe it, talk it, move it, be it. So, okay. Thank you again, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you very soon in the future. Peace and wholeness.